Dolla Dolla Bets podcast, your home to free money sports betting.
We are back. We've got Caitlin back with us again. A little upset about her Dodgers, I'm sure. We'll get into that shortly. Tebow is back for the full episode this time. Curtis is on assignment, as they say. He's somewhere else doing some deep scouting for fantasy picks, which I do owe him a couple shout outs because he helped me last week. And Bobby's also away, but he should be back next pod. So we're hopefully to get him back. He said he has a doubleheader softball game. I think he might be getting too old for doubleheaders, but we'll see how he recovers from that. Maybe some Tebow can help him out with a little supply to get him back on track. All right, let's take a little look at last week's picks. Caitlin, you had a big hit, Ole Miss, right?
I did. Yep. That covered my losses for my other picks, unfortunately. Yeah. But Fair State won the Anchor Bone. They're 8-0, so I'm still riding the Fair State train.
I looked to put a bet on them for that game, and I just couldn't find a site that was taking bets on that one. But I know as they get to the playoffs for Division II, we'll be able to start putting some money down. So maybe some future bets once the Division II playoff bracket gets announced. I didn't do great on college football picks. I had Texas A&M, which hit. That was a good one. I missed on Stanford against Miami. If you looked at that game, Stanford was within 7 at halftime, and it was a 30-point spread, but then they just got blown out in the second half. I hit Vandy. I hit with Vandy, so I didn't do too bad last week. But I had 4 games. I picked Kansas. Kansas was the disaster. They got destroyed in the rain at home. Really bad loss for that team. They're moving a little bit backwards. NFL, Patriots hit. I did that teaser bet.
Anytime you pick Kansas, I just don't follow because I know.
I know. It's a homer bet.
That's where your son goes to college.
It's a homer bet.
It's a homer bet. But
yeah.
I did. I do like this Vandy team. I think Vandy is really good. I don't follow much college football, but I really like the Vandy quarterback.
I don't know. I might disagree this week, so
we'll get to that shortly. And then I had Kansas City covering. Kansas City's looking back like an AFC champion team again. Did pretty well in the NFL, but let's Tebow, want to share anything from last week? Or?
Yeah, I mean, I went 1-2 last week. I took the Niners on the money line. They lost. They just did not show up. Their offense.
Yeah, you killed my parlay on that. I needed a 4th team for a parlay, and I'm like, oh, everybody's high. Debo's saying take his Niners, and that kind of killed my parlay. But that's all right.
Well, I also had Dodgers. In the first game in Toronto, and that did not hit. And then I also had Dodgers winning in 5, and that also did not hit. And so now I've put up my shirt in the back that says I literally can't believe what is going on with this Dodger team. They look so tired, and just after that 18-inning game with the walk-off, I mean, they just have not been able to recover. I was so disappointed in both home losses. The bats just could not get on the ball. I mean, I literally can't talk about it.
Since Shohei's solo homer in that 18th inning game, the pitching from Toronto has been great. I mean, they allowed 1 run in those 9 innings. Actually, it was like 11 innings in that game. They allowed 2 in game 4, and then they allowed 1 last night. They've allowed 4 runs in like 3 games. Worth of probably like 30 innings. 3 runs in 30 innings. No, 4 runs in 30 innings. So yeah.
I mean, I have to give it to them. They're doing great. I mean, obviously the Dodgers are still in it and they still have a chance. That's why it's a 7-game series, but the chances aren't looking great. So I'm not putting any money
they definitely still have a chance.
Yes, but
yeah. My World Series bets.
You'll get them played.
I had 3 World Series bets or 4 World Series bets. I had the 6 games, no matter which team wins. So that one is still in play. I had another bet that Toronto wins the first game and wins the series. So that pays me a little more money because Toronto won the first game and could still win the series. I had another bet that was the exact order that the games came in, and I had Toronto winning game 1, LA winning game 2, and then I had Toronto winning game 3, but that almost hit, but in the extra innings it didn't, so that bet is off. And then I have Vlad for most home runs in the series, which is, he's not there right now, but still in play. So most of my bets are still live, but yeah, a lot of things have to happen. I really need it to end in 6, which would be pretty nice for that. Not for Caitlin, but for my bank account would be nice.
Caitlin better get that Blue Jays hat ready. Did you know someone with a Blue Jays hat? Or are you gonna have to buy one?
That's hard to find. I don't see people around with Blue Jays hats. That's not one of those that just is, you see, you could have a friend. I don't know anybody who's like a diehard Blue Jays fan, but we're pretty far from Toronto.
Go to Niagara Falls. You might see a lot of those.
Yeah. Some Bills games. A lot of there's a lot of crossover. Toronto people are Bills fans, so the Bills are in town for football.
We all better have a Bills. We all better have a Bills bet, because I don't.
I have a Bills bet this game.
I do too.
All right, let's get to some bets. You want to? Debo, do you have any NBA? Anybody? I know it's for me. I don't bet early season NBA because
I don't have NBA.
It's just And as we saw with the betting scandal, they do seem a little rigged.
Yeah, I know. Well, I do bet NBA, early NBA. I don't care about that, but it's just like by the time we get the podcast out, the picks aren't even, our listeners.
Yesterday's news.
Yeah, exactly. So I do have I have 2 football plays and 1 World Series play for Game 6.
All right, let's start with World Series. We're just talking about that, so why don't you throw that out?
Okay, so I'm going to go Yamamoto under 6.5 strikeouts. I know he's not going to pitch 3 complete games in a row, right? I would think not, especially because he came in to close out the 18th on, Monday, the 18 inning game.
Mm-hmm.
Unless he has been great, but I just don't see him going past 7. And, he's had 9 strikeouts, 8 strikeouts, and then the game before that was 2 strikeouts. This Blue Jays team does not strike out that much. They did strike out 9 times game 2. I believe Yamamoto got 9, but you're not going to get 9 against this Blue Jays team. This Blue Jays team is a contact hitting team. They foul off balls.
They do.
Yeah, I'm going to tell you.
They have a lot of long at-bats.
Yamamoto, I for sure can say he's not going to do 3 straight complete games. That would be unreal if he did. Give me his under 6.5 strikeouts.
So just quick question. How come you're going under strikeouts and not total batters faced?
We could do that too. But, you know what? That's probably better. And I should probably check that out. But go ahead.
It's usually around total outs, I guess. Total outs.
She's like 18.5. Yeah. Like with the Yamamoto, probably 18.5, I would say.
Is that what it is? Yeah. Usually I see somewhere between 16 to 19, somewhere in there is what you're seeing for starting pitchers. But I'll have to look at that number. But I might take that one. That makes a lot of sense.
Yeah, I think the outs one does make more sense. But I just told you, the Blue Jays don't really strike out that much.
That's right. Yeah. That's a good point. So maybe a little each. Maybe a same game parlay there. Look at that one.
Well, you can't.
All right, Caitlin, you have any World Series plays?
Me?
Yeah, I think you said you're not putting any more on this one.
I'm out.
All right.
I'm just gonna let it play out, and I'm just gonna be a fan for this one.
Yeah.
So
hey, as a Red Sox fan, we've been much further back than this, so there's always hope. There's always hope to come back.
Yep.
But Mookie needs to start swinging the bat. He's batting .220 for the series or something like that.
I know. They got to put bats on balls, but it's not happening. So
all right.
Over under is 18.5. Just to let you know.
18.5 outs.
18.5.
Yeah, I might take that one.
Yeah, I like. Yeah, right. I think I like.
Do them both. I'll take one. You take the other one. I'll take the outs. You take the strikeouts. We'll see if they both hit next week. We'll report back to the people. All right, let's move on to the gridiron, little college football. Caitlin, what do you got for college football?
Okay, so this may be a popular, but maybe not so popular bet, but I'm going to take Utah versus Cincinnati. Cincinnati has not been playing great teams. Utah, with Devin Dampier, just whooped Colorado 53-7. I think the over-under on this is 55.5. So I would take Utah outright. And if you're going to go over-under, I would say go for the over on the 55.5.
Yeah, home games in Salt Lake are tough. I saw a stat about their winning percentage. Games that start at 7:30 in Salt Lake with the mighty Utah student section. It's a tough place to play on the road. Cincinnati, a pretty far distance to travel too to come out there playing at elevation. Yeah, I like that pick. That should be a good one.
And then I also have Oklahoma over Tennessee because Tennessee has yet to beat a ranked team. And so, they haven't seen the pass rush that Oklahoma has. I know Joey Aguilar is their quarterback. Both teams are 4-2, but Oklahoma is favored. But I would take the 2.5 point spread for Oklahoma. They've just got such a good defensive line that I would go with Oklahoma.
Oklahoma's looked better lately. Their defense is good too. It's a good pick. Any others, or is that any other college football picks?
Well, the controversial one is the Vanderbilt versus Texas. It's an SEC matchup. They've got Matthew Caldwell in there. I know that Vanderbilt is 7-1 and they're a top 20 run defense, but I think at home in Texas, they have the advantage. And so I would just take them outright. I know that their starting quarterback for Texas is probably not going to play because he's still on concussion protocol, but I think that Texas has a lot more invested in this game to win than Vanderbilt does because Vanderbilt, they're basically already in the running.
Yeah, I'm gonna go on the other side of that one. I like Vandy getting 2.5. Vandy with Diego Pavia, that guy is just a money quarterback. He finds a way to win. Like you mentioned, Manning's in the concussion protocol, so he may play. But even if he does play, he's missed a lot of snaps in practice. He's not going to be ready. Sark, the coach for Texas, is kind of like he's the new Brian Kelly, the new guy, or James Franklin that can't win the big game. Like the spotlight has been on those guys, but he can't win big games. And so you look at Sark in this game at Texas, another game that they should win, and they're probably not going to be ready for. I'd sprinkle the money line. You get plus 125. Will be a defensive struggle. I'd maybe take the under. Might want to tease this game too. Take Vandy and the under. You could get a touchdown for Vandy and the under. That might be a good play on that one. If you think Texas is going to win, you could get what? I'm sorry. Go ahead, Debo.
What was it? Vandy surprised me last year, and they were just the.
Vandy has surprised the odds
story.
makers.
Yeah.
For a while now, they always underestimate Vandy.
Teams like that, you're just going to keep riding them until
right. Eventually you're going to pay, but I don't think this is going to be the one. All right, keeping rolling with college football, like Houston laying 13 against West Virginia. West Virginia's been struggling all year. Houston's been playing pretty well. They're still in it for the Pac-12. A team that's repeat for basketball, looking to improve in football too. So I think it's a big game. I know it's in Houston. Give them a couple extra bonus points for that. 13's a lot of points, but getting 110 on that bet. So I like Houston on that. Next game, speaking of riding things, I'm going to continue to ride Indiana. Indiana, I doubted them one game this year against Illinois, and they destroyed me on that bet. They ran it up. Coach Sig loves to run up the score. He just likes those
Oregon?
style points.
You take Oregon too, right?
I might have even, I don't know if I took Oregon in that game. I might have taken Oregon that one. I think I stayed away from that game.
Yeah.
I usually like to bet the Ducks. But yeah, I think 21 points. Maryland is not that good a team. Indiana is blowing out teams better than Maryland. So even though 21 points, I think he's going to run it up on them. Final game, another one, the Battle of the Pac-2. What's left of the Pac-12? We have Wazoo headed to Corvallis to play that the league championship game there. I guess the Corvallis, the Beavers they fired their coach mid-season. They got an interim coach. The fans are a little bit disillusioned. Wazoo's coming off a loss that they should have won against Virginia. They almost beat Ole Miss on the road. Their team is getting better and better. They start off pretty bad for the season, but they're on the upswing. I feel like Oregon State just kind of hanging there in mediocrity or bad. So I'm going to fade the Beavs on this one. Take Wazoo laying 3.5. So those are my college football picks. Got 4 of them for you today. All right, let's move on to the NFL. Debo, you got some NFL picks for us?
Yeah, I got 2 picks. We're gonna start it off. With the Bills and the Chiefs. I got a player prop for you. We got Josh Allen to go over his rushing yards. He's gonna be him. He's Superman. So every time he's faced the Chiefs, he's gone over 35.5 rushing yards, with his least being the least he's ever rushed against his Chiefs is 39 yards. They have his prop at 35.5. He's ran wild against the Chiefs. He's gone 88 yards one time. He's never gone below 36. So I don't know why Josh Allen's rushing is so low. Like I said, he's hit this in 6 games in a row against the Chiefs. It must be like the defensive Steve Spagnuolo, whoever he's game planning, they're going to let him get his rushing yards, but they're not going to let him pass. Give me Josh Allen rushing yards over. And then we're going to go to Seattle. And this number is fluctuating between like 2.5, 3, and 3.5. It was 3.5. They thought Jaden McDaniels was not starting. Now he's
Daniels. No Mick.
Jaden Daniels.
I don't know why Debo can't get that.
I knew you were gonna say that. Jaden. Sorry. Yeah, but anyways, that's why this number's been fluctuating. It's at 3.5. You can get it at -2.5 for Seattle. And like, I really like this Seattle front four. Like I said, is one of the best front fours. Their D line is just really good. I see him giving Jaden Daniels a lot of trouble. And just let's go with the away favorites, which have been cashing. A lot of away favorites have been cashing this year. So give me Seattle and give me the -2.5. You get 2.5, do it for sure. 3, definitely don't do the 3.5. But if you get 3 or 2.5, yes.
Yeah, I'm seeing it 3 on Bet Online right now.
Yeah, I just saw it on FanDuel for 2.5, but it's 3
shop around, as they say.
Shop around, exactly.
All right, Caitlin, you have some NFL picks for us?
Yeah, so just going with the underdogs, Falcons versus Patriots are away wins. I think the Falcons, they've got, if Penix plays, then they've got a good chance at beating the Patriots at home. I know that that's your team, but
Patriots are good. They look very good.
I think the Falcons have a good run game. And I don't know if the Patriots are prepared for it. The Patriots have struggled a little bit this year. So, even though they have a better record than the Falcons, I think that if Penix plays and the run game for the Falcons is on point, then I would take the Falcons just outright.
Well, I'm going to go against you in this one, too. Last 2 weeks in a row, I've thrown out a teaser bet with the Patriots, a 6-point teaser where I said take the Patriots and take the over. Both games. You didn't even need to take the teaser. They've hit the spread and they've hit the over just without the teaser. Patriots right now, 1 point. If you do a 6-point tease, you get the Patriots +1 and over 39, which pays 11 to 10. So bet.
That's not a bad bet.
You could even have your Falcons win the game by 1 point and still win that.
Never met a teaser I didn't like. Never met a teaser I didn't like. They all seem good. But. It's funny how the Patriots are now over team when they used to be with Belichick. It was always under.
Right. Yeah. With May, they're starting to throw the ball around a little bit. They're not afraid to move the ball quickly, and So speaking of unders, be a strange one. I'm going under 52.5 on the Bills-Chiefs game. I feel like every time that game comes up, both teams just get nervous, and you see a lot of 3-and-outs in the beginning and just kind of this punting game where you think it's going to be this high-scoring game. They do get the scores later on. They feel each other out, and the team takes over. But I don't know. I feel like those games never live up to the offensive. That's going to be Mahomes versus Allen. It's going to be this offensive dynamic game, and it tends not to be. It tends to be teams playing a little conservative. So I'm going to take the under on that one. Player prop, Cook, anytime touchdown, that's hits every week. It's like guaranteed money. Same, just ride it. No matter how low the money back you're getting, it's just hitting every
single
week.
What about Jonathan Taylor?
Right,
Taylor. Touchdowns, probably like -250.
Right.
He's on pace for
so that's all I got
touchdowns.
for NFL. Caitlin, any other NFL picks?
I have the Steelers winning at home against Indianapolis, which I know. I mean, when I looked at it,
What's the spread on that one? I hope they're getting a lot.
+3 for the Steelers, and I know that Indianapolis, they're 7-1, but the Steelers are working hard to break a 2-game losing streak, and they're at home, and it's very hard to win it. It's very hard for them to lose at home in that stadium. I know Indianapolis.
Tomlin always goes. He's got to be 8-8, right? He always has to get his 500, and he's got to get that win.
Tomlin, yeah. But
I think
I
know they're not changing anything.
Steal one.
Maybe I don't know. I think the money was there. I know, but I
like that.
It may be a little bit of a risk, but I'm willing to take that because I think the Steelers just need to make the win at home, and Aaron Rodgers needs to pay me money.
Yeah, after that homecoming to Green Bay, he didn't really show up too well. Well, Green Bay looks pretty good right now. I was thinking about taking them. A lot of points for them. I think it was 13 they're laying, Green Bay.
Yeah.
But yeah, Steelers.
14 and a half, and I just seen it at 13. It's 13 and a half now.
Oh, is it?
Yeah, I might bet Green Bay as well. But okay, Steelers. I'm going to stay away from that one. But I'm still shocked that Jones, after all those years in New York, that how all of a sudden he's performing at that level with Indy. I know they have a good line. He's got some weapons to go to, but man,
it's their run game. Their run game is just killing it, and their O-line. Their O-line is really good. So it just goes to show you how bad the Giants organization is.
Well, they're getting better. Getting a little better with Dart and Al Scadaboo. That was brutal. That ankle injury out for the season. They're going to be in trouble now. All right. Well, we're getting into college basketball season. Next week, we're going to start having some picks for that. Be exciting. I'm going to hit a game. Going to hit a couple games in November. Going to be some in Las Vegas. I'm going to see one in New Mexico. So just got free tickets to Stanford too if anybody wants to go see some games down on the farm. But getting to that. Getting to some NBA hockey when Bobby comes back. He'll give us some hockey bets. But right now, World Series. So hopefully it goes where everybody's happy. I don't think that's going to be possible on this podcast, but somebody will be happy at the end of the week. Yeah. Any last minute shout outs for anything? Debo, looks like you got the phone. You got a late minute pick you want to throw in there?
Yeah, I wanted to tell everyone to pick better for their fantasy lineup. Their player prop picks. You go to better. The guys at better, they're doing it better. Promo code Dolla, Dolla. And if you're watching, you can follow my picks, fade my picks, probably fade my picks because I haven't really been hitting much. But yeah, promo code Dolla. And at better, when you sign up, believe you get, you get $10 in free play. And then they will match you $200 up to your first deposit. Shout out to the boys at better and the Jake Paul brother, the Paul brothers. Use promo code Dolla and cash them tickets.
Right. Well, we'll see everybody next week. Have a good week. Enjoy. Make some money. And go Blue Jays.
No.
Go Blue Jays.
All right.
Take it easy, everybody. Peace out.